This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Security guard parent in Cardinal the primary altercation to go to mediation. The security guard and the parent who were involved in a physical altercation at the Cardinal the Avenue primary are to go to mediation ahead of their return to the St. James Parish Court on May 4. During his first court appearance today, security guard Houghton Ferron pleaded guilty with explanation to the charge of assault occasioning bodily harm. The court was told that he used a piece of board to hit the complainant on his left arm during the altercation, which took place on April 11. In response to presiding parish judge Sasha Ashley's recommendation to pursue restorative justice, both men agreed to attend the mediation sessions in order to resolve the matter. The complainant is also set to appear before the court on the same day to answer charges related to the incident. It was reported that on the day of the incident, Ferron was on duty at the school when the complainant, who is the stepfather of a student, arrived at the institution to pick up the child. However, Ferron refused to grant him access. The complainant reportedly pushed his way past Ferron, following which the two men engaged in a physical altercation, which was caught on video. The man was seen in the viral video raining blows on Ferron while being dressed in a Transport Authority uniform. Classes were cancelled at the school the day after the incident. The Ministry of Education condemned the incident, while school administrators called for improved security. June 7 return date for St. James mom charged over fatal house fire. Kristen Johnson, the woman charged with manslaughter after her two children were killed in a house fire in St. James last May, has been ordered to return to court on June 7. The date was set when Johnson appeared before the St. James Parish Court today. Her station bail was extended. Presiding Parish Judge Sasha Ashley was told that while the report from the fire brigade was ready, the children's birth certificates were required for the file. It was also disclosed that one of the officers in the matter was absent from today's court sitting due to illness. Your new court date is June 7 and it is a hearing date. Your bail is extended and you will have to give your fingerprints to the police, Ashley told Johnson before allowing her to leave the courtroom. It is expected that disclosure will be made to Johnson's attorney Martin Thomas by May 19. It is being alleged that on May 19, 2021, Johnson left her 3-year-old and 1-year-old alone at their board house in Barrett Hall, St. James, and went to a nearby shop to buy items. Shortly after, she received the word that the house was on fire with the children trapped inside. A team from the Jamaica Fire Brigade helped to battle the blaze, and in the aftermath, the two children's charred remains were found among the rubble. Johnson was subsequently arrested and charged. Union wants reinstatement of ancillary workers at the King's House. The Jamaica Civil Service Association is calling for the reinstatement of 2 ancillary workers sent home by King's House. The union says during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, the workers, who are employed by the government, sought to remain at work notwithstanding protocols regarding vaccination. It says they informed their employer of them having uncontrolled comorbidities and furnished letters from their doctors indicating such. Notwithstanding, they were told not to come to work with no deadline or timeline given for resumption, according to the union. The union said it intervened and instructed them to report to work daily. It noted that despite the fact that turning up at the gate and there being no vaccine mandate in the public sector, they were refused entry. On the instant that they did receive permission to access the compound, they were ushered off the premises and the accusations of insubordinate outburst was leveled against them. Since then, these 2 staff members have been off the job, unable to attend their duties, but were being paid fortnightly by the government, a union spokesperson said in a statement. On the request by the union for their full reinstatement, they not been charged or brought before a disciplinary panel on the allegations of insubordinate outburst, King's House has proceeded to cease paying a salary to them, the spokesperson charged. Having engaged the Office of the Services Commission, the Secretary to His Excellency, the Governor General, the union said it was advised that the Attorney General's chambers would have been consulted in dealing with what it calls a constitutional crisis to do with whom are employed to the GG in his personal capacity as against who are employees of the state. These workers, for no reason or action on their part, are being victimized by King's House to prove a point that is only known to King's House. We are seeking to bring this condition to the public's attention as we feel that King's House ought to have behaved more responsible as it relates to these two ancillary workers, the spokesperson said. According to the union, attempts by it as well as by the Office of the Services Commission to intervene in the matter have been rebuffed by King's House. Man fatally shot by police in Cassava Peace residents protest. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM, is probing the fatal shooting of a man by the police in Cassava Peace, St. Andrew, on Tuesday night. The deceased 24-year-old Kashif Michael, otherwise called Zeno, was shot during an alleged shootout. Michael was reportedly employed as a merchandiser. It is reported that shortly after 10 p.m., cops on patrol encountered 3 men. It is further reported that the men opened fire on the cops, who returned the fire. The men ran and Michael was later seen suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The police say a 9mm pistol was recovered at the scene. Residents from the community took to the streets this morning to protest the killing. The blocked roads were cleared by the police and they are maintaining a presence in the area. Investigations are ongoing. Cops seize gun in Mexico Gregory Park. The seizure of an illegal gun in Mexico Gregory Park in Portmore brings to 19 the number of illegal firearms recovered by the St. Catharines South Police this year. That represents a 26% increase on the 15 guns seized for the corresponding period in 2021. The latest seizure was made about 10 p.m. on Tuesday during the search of a premises. It was revealed that a 12-gauge shotgun was discovered in the crime-plagued community. No arrest was made. Acting Commander for the St. Catharines South Police Division, Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, is urging residents to provide more information for law enforcers to flush out criminals. In an effort to rid the communities of illegal guns and drugs, we have intensified the fight against the criminals, Nicholson told the news. While we are getting some level of success, there is still a need for community cooperation to help the police in the overall fight against the crime. June 10 bail application for alleged Ranker Gang leader and the co-accused. Alleged leader of the Ranker Gang, Constable Tafari Silvera, and the 8 alleged members of the gang were this morning remanded for a bail application on June 10. The defendants made their first appearance in the Home Circuit Court today on breaches of the anti-gang legislation. Along with Silvera are Constables Roger Morrison, Tennille Francis, and Danilo Barnes. The civilians charged along with the cops are Jacet Brown, Tevin Henriquez, David Henry, Ovelga Mackenzie, and Nicholas Simpson. Anthony Campbell, another civilian in the case, did not appear because of technical difficulties and is to appear later this week. The defendants, some of whom appeared in person and others via Zoom, were remanded by Justice Lorna Shelley Williams after the date for the bail application was fixed. The judge, in the meantime, ordered the prosecution to make disclosure to the defense by May 6. The defendants, barring Silvera, were arrested in March and subsequently charged. 8 policemen are said to be involved in the Clarendon-based gang, including one who allegedly fled the island when Silvera was arrested last June. However, one of the policemen who was arrested in March was released after the witnesses refused to take part in an identification parade. The Ranker Gang, which has been linked to 17 incidents, is alleged to have carried out shootings, burglary, robbery with aggravation, illegal possession of a firearm, shop break-in, conspiracy to murder, and abductions in Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, St. Catherine, St. Mary, Trelawney, Kingston, St. Andrew, and St. James between 2019 and 2021. Silvera was arrested last June while on duty at the Hunts Bay Police Station in St. Andrew and charged the following allegations that he had contracted 2 men to kill a Clarendon man. He was jointly charged with a conspiracy to murder in that matter with civilians Christopher Robinson and Mark Bennett. They are to return to court on July 29. The issue is said to be related to the gang, and the case is expected to be joined. Attorney-at-law Richard Lynch is representing Morrison, while George Clue is representing Simpson and Mackenzie. Attorney-at-law Dwight Reese is representing Barnes, Henry, and Henriquez. The other defendants are to settle their representations. Body of man found in Highgate, St. Mary. The police are awaiting the findings of a post-mortem to determine the cause of death of a man whose body was found in a section of Highgate, St. Mary on Monday. The identity of the deceased has not yet been ascertained. Information reaching the news is that the body was found sometime after 10 a.m. by a passerby. Reports are that the passerby was walking in the area when he smelled a foul odor and went to investigate. He later stumbled upon the decomposing body and raised an alarm. The police were alerted and the body was removed to the morgue. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.